Good morning. This is Adam Guymon from Salt Lake City, Utah, and I wanted to make a video because I woke up this morning and there was snow on the ground. Now, for most people, they don't realize that when you're in a power chair or you use a mobility aid, whether it's a manual chair or a power mobility scooter or even a four-wheeled walker, can actually be a challenge in the snow. And for certain people, depending on the size of their mobility aid and the type of mobility aid they have, it's very difficult, even with just an inch or two of snow on the ground, especially if it freezes and it's solid. This morning I looked out my window and I saw it had snowed, but yet at the same time, I noticed that the road had been cleared, which is good, but that's the first thing that's cleared. During the times when I have had it snow, but yet I have actually had problems where the road sometimes has not been cleared, but yet the sidewalk is still worse to use. Now this morning, since the road was clear, that made it nice, but yet I wanted to show you a clip of basically what it's like to actually have it snow and the sidewalk not being cleared. Most people don't realize that using a chair on a sidewalk full of snow uses more battery power. Basically, if let's say going in the same pathway from point A to point B, like going from your home or apartment to the light rail to get on the tracks so you can actually go out and you're able to go to work or school, but yet at the same time, you not being able to go out and about because of the snow is very frustrating. Thing that I've noticed is even when someone tries to do an attempt to clear the sidewalk, it still doesn't help unless they clear the sidewalk all the way down to the cement. I'm gonna be adding a clip, a little video clip of what I basically had to do to show people a little example of what it's like, because I actually had to use the street to go over to the light rail station. In the city of Salt Lake, as far as I know, still there's a law that says that for 24 hours after it stops snowing, then someone has to have their sidewalk clear. That doesn't help people who are needing to get to and from work or school, like I said before. It's not helping people with disabilities have the same opportunities as any other person without a disability. And even for people who are ambulatory that may have balance problems, it's not good for the sidewalks and the curb cuts and that to be full of snow. Unfortunately, the snowplows will clear pathways for cars, but they don't have anything in place that really clears the snow for people who are just ambulatory or even just people who are in wheelchairs or use walkers to get around. You know, a mobility aid is something that each and every one of us that have to use one, you know, it's basically like our legs. It takes the place of that. It's a tool that helps us. And unfortunately, from what I have gathered, it is just basically something that, we have to use. It's just part of our lives. And, a lot of people will actually say that, oh, it's not a big deal. But if you want me to be to work or school, or even just to come to your place of employment, like the business you own or the business that you sell products and services out of, I, just like anyone else, needs to be able to have the same access to get to those. And the reason I'm making these videos is because I'm trying to bring a form of awareness that a lot of people are not looking at. Recently we just got a brand new mayor, and I posted a video of her inauguration and all that. But for quite a few years or so, it seems like there's been a lot of problems where I've actually even talked to this person in the past when she was my city council member, and she basically had ended up saying that she cared, but there is really not any real solutions to these different problems that I've even brought up to her. And so the thing is it's important for people to understand that may think that it's not a big deal, or, oh, you can just wait until someone clears the pathway. But I'm bringing awareness because it's important that the awareness is brought. I hope that you enjoy, and please, please like, share, subscribe, comment, ask questions. It's important that we have the ability to express what we go through. The only way that people will understand is if they can actually see our individual stories, so that they'll be able to understand what it's like to have that, to see what we go through every day. It's looking through the eyes of the other person, and that's always not the easiest thing to do. And that's something I always try to do on a regular basis. I try to look at, what does someone else feel like? Just because someone doesn't look like they're in pain does not always mean that they're not in pain. Disability and, should not be a dirty word. Disability should be something that we are able to express, and if others care, they would be willing to listen. That's the reason why these videos are being made. I've watched other YouTubers with different disabilities and their struggles as well, and it helps lift me as a person up, and it helps me because then I'm getting educated by watching what their struggles are, what they go through, and just trying to look through their eyes. Now, I'm not going to obviously know exactly what they feel like as if I'm them, but I know that in order to fight for the rights of people with disabilities, it's important to make sure that we're educated and that the community's educated. And so basically, in order to get in order for us as a community to grow, we need to look to the other person, look to our neighbor, and find out, why is it that that person has to do what they do. It may not seem normal, or, quote unquote normal to do that, but unfortunately, you know, what seems not normal to someone else is very normal to that person or that individual. So I hope that you have a blessed day, and I hope that this helps you. I hope this video will educate you. I'm new at making these videos, so and putting them together. As a matter of fact, yesterday I had ended up purchasing a program. As a matter of fact, I got it off of the description of a YouTuber that I have mentioned before in another video. Her name is Jackie Blake, and her channel name was, or is still, Chronically Jaquie. And, she has had a service dog, Harlow, and, she herself is one of the first people that I started watching on YouTube, and I've really enjoyed her videos. And, you know, I typed in a question. I don't even remember exactly what that question. I think the question I typed in was spatial diffuse global weakness. That's one of the things that I was diagnosed with way back in 2002. And the thing is something that a lot of people don't know much about. Because personally, when I've gone to the doctor, I have actually had a really hard time ever since I was in the UTA bus wreck in 2001, in June of 2001, when I was in that wreck. And I didn't think at the time I was hurt, but later on, I realized that I was, but yet a lot of doctors didn't understand why I was feeling pain, why I was having the different symptoms I was having, and why I was struggling. But yet, even today, if I was at the emergency room and a doctor asked me, "Why are you in the wheelchair?" a lot of people don't realize that even though you look like you might not need something, it's important that people understand that you do actually struggle, because not everyone, they have this persona, I guess you could say, this, you know you have to look a certain way, or you have to do certain things in order to have certain disabilities that are in that doctor's textbook. And I need to do a video about I need to do a video on what my different disabilities are. And as I'm getting used to doing these videos, it's not easy for me because I am legally blind from birth. I am, I believe I have had, and do have, different learning disabilities. I know that I probably don't speak 100% as professional as some of the people that I have actually, you know, watched on YouTube. But as I was trying to search for it, and trying to discover different, reasons, or asking questions, and that's when I found Chronically Jaquie's channel. Because I typed in spatial diffuse global weakness, and just wanting to see if there was something else out there, because not a lot of doctors knew about it. I had ended up actually, searching, and I ran into her channel and I started watching her videos. And from that point, I was a little skeptical first, because I wanted to make sure that, is this person real? Is this just, you know, is this real or is it fake? And as I started watching the videos, I realized that, this person was real. And I realized that this person was really, how do I put it? Basically, this person, you know, just didn't read a script from, someone that just created one. The person really lived her life, and, it's been, God, a little bit now since she passed away, and, it's a really sad thing that she passed away. It almost seemed like she was going to get into her new home that she was, basically having built. That was going to be built that would accommodate her and, make her life better. And unfortunately, sadly, she passed away. And so basically, I just want people to understand that what it really is like and what it feels like to go through what myself and what other people go through. It is a different world in one sense because the planet has not been designed for a lot of accessibility. We have a round planet, but yet, even though it's round, not a lot of things are as accessible as they really should be. I just want to give you that education. And so, again, please like, share, subscribe, and, comment if you have a question. I will try to answer them. I'm learning things, so I may not be able to get back to someone immediately, but I will try to answer a question, and I'll do that to the best of my ability. And enjoy the video and have a great day.